Welcome back, guys. Baby got stacks.
Welcome back. This is a Monday show now. I really should just change everything. Something about
Yeah.
Sundays, man. Well, we'll give it a shot once you're like officially moved in.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's always nice just to like get caught up on the weekends reading.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, those things hard.
I know. I don't like it.
Dumb.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the basement yard, they put theirs out on Monday, so it wouldn't.
Maybe that's what we gotta do. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. So far, it's been working out, but no one's screamed at us that we're not following our regimen. So
Yeah.
meh. Oh
Probably
well.
fine.
Meh. Oh well. This week was a newer release.
Yeah, our last February romance read. I forgot when this came out. Was
I
it
was
January?
trying to figure that
December?
out. Oh, is this? Oh, 2023.
Okay, so it must have been like November, December.
I think this is a first edition.
It has to. Well, yeah, because it just came out, so their first prints.
That checks out. I forgot that there was a map.
Oh yeah, I never referred back to it. I saw it and then immediately forgot it was there.
Yeah, I had no idea.
I
Okay.
completely forgot about that. November came out in November.
Oh, okay. Second one's coming out soon.
They just released the cover, so I don't know. Let me see if I can hop onto Lauren Asher's Instagram really fast. But this week we read Lauren Asher's newest title, Love Redesigned.
And I didn't even realize that the cover is of the gazebo that he built for her.
Oh my God. I was definitely past where they mentioned the gazebo. And then I took a break and I was just staring at the cover. And all I noticed, I was like, I like those shades of purple. And I was like, wow, she individually named those shades of purple.
Oh my
If you look
God.
really close, it's like those color palette things you can steal from Home Depot for the paint samples.
Yeah. Yeah, we've stolen our fair share of those.
Oh yeah.
Darling Dolly, second best.
Not you.
I've got you hate it. I do it. Sticker in front of it.
Maybe June 18th.
Okay.
Or at least there's going to be an announcement on June 18th for the second one called Love Unwritten.
Which is about...
Oh, I should check on Goodreads. Because my guess it's going to be about the cousin or the sister.
Oh, I already know what I already know what it's about.
Oh, you know? Am I right?
It's Julian's
cousin Rafa, right?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, with the maid or the house
with Ellie
nanny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went to high school together, so they've like known each other for a long time.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, and so that one actually is not out, but the like back of the book is on
Goodreads. Synopsis is already out.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. I don't think I could read it.
Read what? The second one?
Yeah.
You don't think so? Why?
It's my dad's name.
Oh. Okay. Well.
And I don't think I can do that to myself. Don't think I'll be comfortable with that.
I get that. I get it.
I don't think I'll be okay.
Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, for 8 months I avoid her until our summer trip. 14 days, 2 islands, and 1 nanny I shouldn't be attracted to. Spending time with her is expected, but enjoying her company, this isn't part of our travel plans. After my divorce, I swore to protect my heart at all costs. And then her part is What's worse than working for a grumpy single dad, admitting that I once had a secret crush on him in high school. And so it's of them like
Mm.
I'm sure it's like grumpy sunshine
Oh yeah,
thing.
he gave off that vibe.
Supposedly, I don't know, there's like also a third one, but I don't this
I
is like
bet
in
that's gonna
German.
be about Lily.
Oh, it is.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Isn't Lily's the sister, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's Lily and this person named Lorenzo.
That's the creepy dude at the bar.
Oh, I don't know about that. Okay. Well, hmm. I don't know. It's in German.
Well,
People are commenting saying I can't wait until 2025 for Lorenzo and Lily's book.
I was
Lorenzo,
gonna
is that
say
you,
people. The
Lily?
second one isn't even how. How are they commenting on the third one?
I have absolutely no idea.
Well, anyways, we're reading the first one. Um, what is this series called? Love
Lakefront Billionaires.
Lakefront Billionaires. Do you want to
Yes.
read the back?
Yes. So Lauren Asher, I don't know if it's all of her books, but at least other the fine print series, they do
Mm-hmm.
like halvesies, like the top sections, the
Oh
one
yeah, I
person
need
and
to
the
check the Dirty Air ones. I don't know off the top of
so
my head
like
if it does the like the
so
perspectives.
this one does it. So Julian's at top. If I ever caught on fire, Dahlia Munoz would fan the flames with a smile. So when she returns to Lake Wisteria, I fully intend to avoid the interior designer, at least until my meddling mother exploits my savior complex. The faster I help Dahlia find her creative spark, the sooner she will leave town. But while I was busy getting rid of Dahlia, I overlooked one potential issue. What happens if I want her to stay? Dahlia. People say the devil has many faces, and I know only one, Julian Lopez, my childhood rival and family frenemy. I vow to steer clear of him while recovering from my broken engagement, but then the billionaire makes an irresistible offer: renovate a historic house together and triple our profits. Our temporary truce becomes compromised as we face years' worth of denied attraction and mixed emotions. Giving in to our desire is inevitable, but falling in love, that isn't part of the plan.
I don't think I ever saw what you rated it.
I gave it a 5.
I gave it a 4.
I ate this book up.
I mean, I read this all today.
You did.
So at least, that says a lot.
I was impressed, honestly. I gave it a 5. I thought the banter between all the characters was phenomenal. I loved the mothers, how they were like best friends and meddling with their children. Um, I liked the like close family aspect of them, like always
Mhm.
knowing each other, growing up together. I don't know, I just loved that.
I liked all the same. It was fun seeing, I don't know if it explicitly says, but I think they're all Mexican.
Yeah, I think
So they
so.
have like a lot of their little traditions and like cultural things, like the moms are best friends and get really involved in their children's lives is very
Yeah.
accurate, and like Sunday dinners all the time, and just like moms stopping by out of nowhere, very accurate. um it felt, I don't know where it could have been cut. It just felt like it didn't need to be as long as it is, because it's like
Okay. Okay.
530 pages.
It's thick. I think it helped. So I read it on the Kindle because it's on Kindle Unlimited.
Mm,
So to me, it didn't feel long because I'm not flipping through the pages.
right, you don't see where you're, yeah.
Yeah, and I have my Kindle set to where it doesn't show me page numbers. So like I have absolutely no idea like how close I am to the end of any books because
Mm.
I feel like I tend to try to like go faster if I can see the page numbers.
No, I
And
get
so it
it.
doesn't
Yeah.
so I don't like to do that. So
Yeah.
I think it didn't feel as long to me. But yeah, seeing it like because
In
I also have the
person,
physical copy
it's really fun.
because I have no chill. Yeah, it's thick. And the Dirty Air series is not as thick, but the
No,
fine
some of
print
the fine
ones,
print ones.
those ones are big. Yeah.
Not the first one, but the second and like the third.
third one I think's the biggest.
is the biggest.
Yeah, it's looking like it. Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, I really liked it. Like, I love how we all collectively hated Oliver. I hate that his new wife's name is Olivia. Oliver and Olivia. Disgusting.
I
And
loved that Julian like bought the house from under them.
I
Cracked
know.
me up.
And it had its cute little cheesy lines where like you could be like, oh, that's cheesy, but like you have to like the couple because like at the end he's like, wow, I love that you're so petty. He's like, it's not that I'm petty, it's because I'm in love. It's like, oh
Yeah, there was definitely. I mean, any like rom-commy book, I feel like there's always that like
yeah,
cheesy
you're
moment.
gonna have to kind of
Yeah,
get into that.
Spice was
And
good.
the spice came out of nowhere when it did because it was like normal because it's like, oh, family friendly, and then he'd say something. Do you know that TikTok town where it's like Jesus, and then it
Yes.
keeps going?
Yeah, there's some parts I was just like, I hope Dean doesn't look over my shoulder and ask what I'm reading because this is crazy.
What's funny is after when seen in their truck, the
Hmm.
mom was like, "Oh my God, I thought you were waiting for marriage."
That was nuts. And then he like they arrest them, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
God, that
Yeah.
cop. I hate that cop.
And then the mom was just like, "In your dad's truck? Really?" I liked too that it had the like Spanish sayings and then it would tell you at the end of the chapter like
Oh
what
yeah.
they meant.
I will say, as someone who some I did need because they're Mexican, so like
More
Mexican
like
and like
slang.
South American slangs or
Yeah,
like you
they
say different phrases
yeah.
differently. But it got really annoying for me because for the most part I would read it and I'm such like I was reading the page, and I get to the end of the page, but then I'd read that part, like, oh, damn it. And then I'm like, God damn it.
No, I loved this book. So, both Julian and Dahlia are very well I mean, well off.
Now.
Julian's like a billionaire. Yeah, they both did not grow up. They grew up in a families that like didn't have very much money and
Yeah.
even like ordering extra toppings on pizza was like a big thing.
Yeah,
And
they were
so
very humble beginnings until
yeah, and then Julian started a company with his cousin.
mhm.
Um, and his cousin that's Raphael, right?
Rafa, yeah.
Yeah. And then so they started this like tech company, turned out
Mhm.
to be a $1 billion company. And then his cousin Nico has a eye condition that eventually he will go blind.
That's his
Um,
godson nephew.
yeah, and then Dahlia is the godmother
Mhm.
to Nico, and she went to LA to be with Oliver. So
San
her and Julian,
Francisco. They were in the Bay.
oh, was it San Francisco? Oh, I thought it was LA.
Mhm, mhm,
So her and Julian obviously grew up together. They go off to Stanford, I believe.
mhm.
And then Julian's dad passes away, and so he leaves and
Yeah,
doesn't
he
come
drops
back.
out.
Yeah. I mean, rightfully so. Like, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah,
And then Oliver and Dahlia get together, and Oliver, we do not like
we
Oliver.
do not like Oliver. We hate Oliver.
So
But they were together, I
Oliver,
think it said 9 years.
they were together a long time. And I should have see this is the time where like I wish I would have like highlighted or like tabbed
I
things.
know.
Oliver had it wasn't a prenup, but like you would
It was
get
a prenup
kind
and
of a prenup,
a that required um genetic
like a health screen,
testing,
yeah, like a health
health
screen
screening.
basically.
Yeah.
And then she would get paid for every child they had. Well,
Child.
come to find out she couldn't have kids or she had a genetic that the children probably wouldn't survive, and if they did, it would be very, very hard for
Yeah,
them
they
to.
never said what the condition or disease she would pass on. It was just that she would pass on a recessive gene, um, which I kind of liked. So it wasn't didn't like ever mention or like because then like if she did mention a disease, I'm sure a lot of people kind of like, well, my kid has that, and I mean, he's fine. So like,
Yeah.
way to
Yeah.
avoid that. That was a smart move.
No, I appreciated that. Yeah. And it kind of gave like the dynamic of the book that like everything isn't rainbows and sunshine kind of thing. It
Yeah.
kind of made the characters more real and made it seem like maybe other people could relate to the characters a little bit better. And so she thought that it was normal. Obviously, that's not normal. Um, Oliver's family would like make little comments here and there about like what she wore, what she ate, and like all this stuff. And they owned
Yeah.
the like tech company and helped
Like a tech,
produce Dahlia's show.
yeah, like a TV, like a station network or something. They're
Yeah,
really
and
rich and like probably own
very,
multiple things, so
very rich.
they
And so
were about image.
she did interior design. Her and Oliver had their own show together, and Oliver would like constantly put her down like on TV, and she'd be like, "Oh, like I want to do this," and he's like, "We don't have the money for that," and she's like, "You didn't tell me that," and he's like, "Yeah, I did," and everyone's like, "Oh, I love them together," and it's like,
Yeah.
no,
Blech.
no, and so, Oliver, I believe, breaks up with her, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember like what happened necessarily. Like one day, I feel like maybe he just
He
ended
was
it.
just slowly putting her down because his family was also in his ear because, they want to pass on the family name and like they want grandkids and she didn't want to have kids. And
Yeah.
also he found out that his inheritance was based on him having a family.
Yeah.
And so since Dahlia didn't want to have kids, he basically just broke it off like the little bitch he is.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. And so she moves back home and obviously is like brokenhearted. She obviously couldn't continue with her show because his family is the one that owns it basically,
Yeah.
like produces and stuff. And so some people from her team like stayed on her side. And so she moves back home, and that's when her and Julian like start this renovation because one of the founders' houses became for sale, and she absolutely loved that house.
Mm-hmm.
And so the mom was like, "You should ask, like, guys should work together on it because obviously the moms want them together,
Yeah.
and also like his company wants them together. So like at one point they're driving to go and get something for, I believe it's his mom, and Simon, who's like, I don't even know what Simon is, but Simon's the one that called into the hotel and made them have the one bed.
Oh, Sam is like his
Oh,
assistant,
Sam.
and he was supposed to like, yeah, it was for like their festival, and the mom like made a mistake and like didn't reserve the
Oh,
right
it was for
chairs or
tables.
something,
Yeah,
and
and
she
they took
did
a
she
bit.
didn't read the hours correctly, so they needed to stay in the city, and so Sam had a book of rooms for them, but only one room.
It was so funny. Yeah, so it's just them kind of becoming like frenemies, kind of, because they did have an instance where right before Julian's dad died, they kissed in college. And then after his dad died, she was like, "I'm here for you." And he was like, "You're just a distraction," and basically like shut her out.
This is where one of my gripes also fell with Dahlia
Hmm.
because he is in deep mourning
Yeah. Yeah.
and he just had to drop out of Stanford
Hmm.
and go help his mom and grieve his dad. And she's like, he doesn't want to talk to me. I guess that kiss felt nothing to him. And then proceeded to not talk to him for a decade.
Yeah,
Get over yourself.
it's almost comical because that kind of happened to me.
I know. The whole time I was like,
So when I was dating
this was
someone,
gonna happen.
my grandma passed away. Uh, it was expected, but I was very, very close to my grandmother. She was my absolute best friend. And after she passed, I obviously it was my mom's mom, so I, got closer with my mom and was around her a lot. I obviously was around Melanie because she is my best friend. And my boyfriend at the time was very upset that I was not spending time with him, and that I was spending more time with my own mother and my best friend. So, as you can imagine, that didn't go well.
It's like, what? And she's been seeing therapists and whatnot. So I'm like, you just tell her she's being ridiculous. The man is grieving his father.
Yeah, when I was reading that, I was like, okay, like,
especially in like, not just in Hispanic culture, but in a lot of families where men can't express their feelings.
Mm-hmm.
He can't express how he's feeling because how? He doesn't know how. He's a child.
So we find out too that he had a younger sister. His younger sister was stillborn when the mom had him, and she went into a very deep depression. And then after the dad died, he also was pretty scared that his mom was going to go back into that dark place again. And so he felt like he had to make sure that his mom did not go there, which I can appreciate. That makes sense.
And I mean, he went into like fixer mode. So he was, taking care of the family, taking care of the business that his dad built, and, trying to handle everything. And then, which in turn meant he himself didn't fully grieve either.
Yeah.
And so that's also stilted. And so that's why it bothered me when Dahlia was like, but how can we ever, like, he didn't ever reach out to me. It's like,
you're like, get a grip.
You know what it's like to be sad. It's hard to reach out when you're sad.
Yeah, and there was, like, even Oliver had texted. I was trying to find it, but even Oliver had texted and was just like, wow, thanks for, like, letting me know that you're not coming back. And it's just
it's like, he's probably planning a funeral right now, Oliver. Sorry he can't answer your text about whether you should pack his stuff or not.
I'm like, oh my gosh. But it's basically about Dahlia and Julian, kind of rehashing, like, them, what they possibly had back in college. Could they have it again? And just seeing them, like, regrow that friendship and relationship.
Yeah.
So, I liked it.
Did you like this more or less than the fine print? Like, if you had to choose which series to read, like, through first, which one would you pick up first?
I think I like this one more than the other one. I think so
too.
Granted, though, I almost, like, gasped out loud when they had one of the brothers from the Fine Print series in this book.
That's where I was like, that name sounds so familiar. Okay, the Callahan.
Yeah.
Right. That's fun.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they mentioned that he even owns, like, theme parks and stuff. Oh! That wouldn't have fully clicked unless you told me, though.
Yeah, I was, like, geeking. I was like, oh my god.
She name dropped him!
Well, I was trying to figure out, I think, okay, it was not the Fine Print. It was Declan
and
Key's the second book of Dreamland Billionaires, and then Callahan and Lena. Lena's the one that knew about Dahlia and wanted to, like,
was a fan, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Callahan's from the third book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, still need to read those.
I definitely want to finish them. I liked the first book. I just Oh, I gave it a 5 out of 5. Okay, well, I still
we can all rethink things. Well, it's hard when you like it in the moment, but then you read more things and then now you have more to compare it to.
If I had to choose between them, I would definitely read
this one.
Yeah, but you're not gonna. You don't want to read
do the second one though. Do I even bother owning? Well, then I want to. I don't know. In this book, I wasn't a huge fan of Lily just because she's the kind of girl that seems to annoy me. Mm-hmm. Like in real life, she would probably just get on my last nerve.
They might not call him. They might just call him Raffi in the second book. You might get away with it.
Oh man, you'll have to let me know. Can't do it, man.
Maybe what's funny too is that so the Dreamland Billionaire series, the first book is at 448,526 ratings. So I'm like, okay, that checks out because that was a pretty popular series.
Yeah, it was.
But then the second one drops down to 311,384 ratings, and then the final one is only 195,000.
Oh wow, it just
233.
continuously lost people.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah. I don't know what the Dirty Air series is about.
I was gonna say, I think this one and Dreamland Billionaires is most comparable just because they're all that rich.
Oh, it's about Formula One racing.
Oh, I'm not sure if I ever knew that, to be honest.
Don't you know the
Wait,
whole
then I
series?
wonder if that connects also because at the end of this one, they give Nico passes to racing.
Do you remember the name of it?
No. Not at all. I don't know if it mentions any drivers though, or just like the competition.
I think it does though.
It'd be like the very, very end, but before the epilogue.
Let me see.
I literally just read this book, and I
will find it.
I love when authors do that though, when they interconnect their own little universe.
I
Just
know.
fun.
I loved it. It just makes me smile.
She says while she's just staring blankly at pages.
Yes, Declan and Callahan Kane. Okay, yes, there we go.
Nailed it.
Okay. I don't.
At the very end.
Oh wait. Okay.
Christmas.
Let me see.
Christmas.
Okay, there's tickets Duke Brass. Yes. Let me see.
It's Ellie and Nico who love. Well, Ellie who loves racing and then gets Nico into it.
Elias Cruz.
Elias Cruz.
Okay. Elias Cruz.
There's 4 in that series, right?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so there's Noah and Maya, I think, in the first one.
I guess I could be helping you. I could look at the last 2 while you're doing this.
Liam.
Just you.
Liam. Third one is Jax.
Oh, you're getting through it faster than I can.
Fourth is Santiago. No.
Lang.
Wouldn't that have been wild, though? I do apologize.
Maybe that means mentioned in there. Maybe that's like the best guy, and these are all just like newbies.
Maybe.
I know nothing about racing, so I don't know what the words are.
Can you hear Millie crunching on her food?
I thought I heard a munch.
Yeah. Yeah, but when I read Kane, I was like, oh my god, that's from the other series. I just love it when they interconnect like that.
Nothing triggered in my head other than I've seen that before, and then it just kept going.
Well, I loved this book. I definitely would suggest it.
And I have to check out because at the beginning there's not only the map that I immediately forgot about, and then she made, instead of making a playlist, like one playlist and listing the songs out, she listed different playlists for this book.
Oh, that's right.
I'll have to check them out.
Duke Brass greatest hits. Did you see the dedication?
No, what is it?
To those whose love language is words of affirmation, your praise kink is safe with me and Julian Lopez.
Oh, you need to read Lauren Asher's bio at the end. Did you read her little bio thing, like the author thing?
No.
It's like the back page. Yeah.
Okay, Flot. Yeah. Okay. And we'll never deny a nap.
I like that we'll look up reviews for restaurants and then deciding on her favorite one anyway. The same one.
Old episodes of Parks and Rec. Yeah. Yeah, before choosing her trusted favorites. That's hilarious. She's a lot younger than I anticipated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I only own the first book of the Dirty Air series.
I own all of them like a fool.
I know when you were like, oh, I didn't know what it was about. I'm like,
I
wait a
had
minute,
no
don't you own
idea.
all of them?
Means nothing.
Granted, I do like her writing style, so I feel like I'd like it.
Yeah, it's just so easy to read. Oh, I should. On the last romance of the month. Here we go. Romance questions. Tropes. It's
I
not
would
quite
say,
enemies to lovers.
yeah, but they don't really like each other. I
I
would
guess
say
second
like
chance
frenemies.
ish. But they
Second
didn't
chance
like
and maybe
officially date.
frenemies to
Enemies, yeah.
close proximity.
That's practically one bed.
That cracked me up. I also thought it was hilarious when she fell in the attic and then she's like, help
Explaining
me.
this better. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like carrying her and she's like, my legs aren't broken.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Spice rating.
I would say like a 4.
Yeah, I'd say a 4. That got intense. Now I don't recall the spiciness of the fine print. Because I know it was there. But
I
I
don't
don't remember it
either.
being like this.
No, I feel like this was a little bit crazier. I am starting to read the second Pucked book, so wish me luck. Hmm.
I'm waiting for you to read something that even like outscales Priest by
The first
accident. That's true.
The
The first
first one was nuts. I never anticipated to read a book about there was a lot. There was a lot going on in that book. There was like 4 ways. There was 2 ways. There was a lot of ways.
There's just a lot of holes.
There was there was a lot. There was like multiple holes being used. There was 2 guys together. It was a
I wouldn't be
there was
able
a
to even keep track, let alone want to.
there was a lot. There was a lot. And it's a big book.
Um,
There's a lot of pages too.
I thought you were going to say something else, but never mind. Couple
Oh,
believability.
I don't want to know what you were thought I was gonna say. Um,
I
I
believe
I
it.
believe it. I believe it. It's hard when you're
There's so
like,
many times where it's like, no, we can't like kiss in public or something. And it's like, what if someone saw us? They'll probably think finally, or like just
yeah,
like
well, yeah,
quick.
because when you grow up like like close families like that, you're bound to like one of
Yeah,
them is gonna hook up with the other. Yeah.
slow burn,
Mm,
kind of.
kind
They
of.
wait for her. Well, not really. They don't really wait for her arm to not be broken or to have
No,
stuff.
but with the length of the book, I would say it's a little bit of a slow burn with how
Yeah,
thick the
we need to
book
start
is.
differentiating that slow burn, like within the length of the book, or slow burn within their relationship.
Yeah.
But then again, they've known each other since they were children, so I guess very, very
Technically,
slow.
I would say slow burn, yeah.
Uh, what do you think happens to the leads after the ending? There's an epilogue. Most do have epilogues now. Sometimes there's an epilogue after the epilogue.
Yeah. This
I don't.
one, the epilogue was only
Most
like a week.
it was a few months.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, the last chapter said 1 week later, and then the epilogue
Oh,
was
and
like
then the epilogue
6 months,
6 months. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which
Okay.
isn't that long either.
Okay.
Would you fall for either? Yeah, he has a crap ton of money.
I was literally about to say, yeah, he's a billionaire.
He's literally a billionaire.
But I think he would. Yeah, he seems like he's pretty good looking.
Nothing was described that put me off. So
Yeah, like the last one with the
I was
long
gonna say
hair.
it's not like Enchanted to meet you, and then someone mentioned ponytail, and then I was out.
I'm always out.
Immediately out. Part of a series. Will you read the next one? You're
Well,
gonna
Mel's out.
proofread for me.
I will be reading it at some point.
Yeah, you let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
How do you like the writing? I really like Lauren Asher's writing. I mean, this is only
Hmm.
the second book I've read from her, but it's been very consistent.
Yeah, I liked it. I definitely need to read the rest of the series to the billionaire other one series.
detailed and sweet without being like wordy. Though I do think they could have dropped like 100 pages of this book.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard because there's some books, like, some authors write bigger ones, like Lucy Score is notorious for writing bigger books in general. But
But it's
I
how they like fill in the story of it. That Lucy Score book, I needed every page, every word
I'm
filled my
obsessed
heart.
with her. And you want to know what's crazy? Is I only read that very first book.
That's
And
right. We still
and
haven't.
now I own 13 of her books. I read one and bought 13.
Your mom's
So
even read the second one, right?
no, she has
Oh,
it.
okay.
She has not read it. She's read the first one. She has not read the second one. No, I gave her a stack of some books that I thought she'd like. I gave her the first, the bromance book club thing. I gave her the first one of that one. I gave her the Alexia Haro witch book.
Oh, yes.
I gave her both the Abby Jimenez books that we
Oh,
read.
yeah. Oh, love
Those
those.
ones were fantastic. I'm gonna give her The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo to read. I feel like there were other ones that I read or gave to her, but yeah, I I keep buying Lucy Score books, but I haven't had the time to
And
read them.
haven't read any others.
But I absolutely like that will always be right now like my absolute favorite book ever that I've
I feel
read.
like romance writers tend to be more consistent. Once you find a style you like, then you have your person. You can just
Kind of like
read
Tessa
their
Bailey.
romance. Yeah, Tessa Bailey. I like Erin Sterling. She wrote the X Hex.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
liked that. And uh uh oh my god, Amy Berry, Kit McBride, the McBride series.
I love the McBride series. Yeah, there's some authors like
Infinite
I've
Analysis.
definitely read a lot of Tessa Bailey books. I own a
Mm,
lot of Tessa Bailey books, but
yeah.
I have
And we've
actually
read a
read
few
her.
on the cast now.
The what?
We've read a few on here now too. Let
That's
me give
true.
it
Yeah, we have. And I just bought her newest book that she came out with.
the golf one. The golf one.
The golf one, yes. Before I forget, I have to do my Rowdy 1-star
Oh yeah,
reviews.
because I'm not wearing my shirt.
Dang
I should just keep it in here.
it, you should. Okay, let me go in here. All right, so this is sitting at a 4.13 stars on Goodreads, 62,463 ratings.
Mm,
Mainly 4 stars, 5 stars is just behind it.
all right.
Let's see. A lot of people DNF'd it. One of the
Wow.
flattest books I've read this year. It literally felt like I was being stabbed through the eyes with an ice pick. Okay.
Oh, graphic.
I can't believe the same person who wrote the Dirty Air series also wrote this. It was so boring. Straight
Oh,
trash, the petty banter, the back
oh
and forth
no.
like teenagers. This literally is a book I did not care what happened to the characters.
Rude. I
Um,
mean, some of the things were them being immature, but like that's brought up. Like the moms are like, I can't believe you guys are still doing this. And then they're like, what? And they're like being immature.
yeah.
Because last time they saw each other, they were teenagers.
Yeah, they were like 18. Yeah, a lot of people DNF'd it.
That's wild. I mean, good on you guys for DNFing a book you don't want to read.
I can't.
But get better taste.
I don't know if I've ever DNF'd a book, honestly.
I just DNF Lacey Foley's The Paris Apartment. Couldn't do that. I tried
Did
twice.
did do that? Yeah.
I zoned
I
out.
warned you, they are all the same.
Zoned out so hard, so fast.
I own that book. I have not read that one.
It's leaving. It's gone.
I think I'm just gonna get rid of all of her books, honestly. I just have better mysteries that I have on my shelf.
Yeah. I'm keeping
I
the
like
hunting
that.
party for now.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Well, speaking of books we need to read, old and new, because some of these have been on my TBR for a hot minute.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have dropped our March schedule, so if you haven't seen that yet, you should go check out our Instagram, My Baby Got Stacks podcast.
Did you see who liked it?
I did. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm a big fan. And I'm so excited. So excited.
Yes. In My Dreams I Hold a Knife author liked our
Oh my
post.
God.
It's exciting stuff.
It's so wild. That one's my birthday pick. I've
I'm
had
really
that one on my
excited about that
list for
one.
so long.
I'm really excited about that one.
I'm so excited about that. Also, that is a mystery thriller, maybe horror. I don't know for sure, but she's also written a romance book.
What?
Yeah. So I
didn't.
bought it.
Oh, okay. Um, naturally.
Naturally, I bought it.
Well, now hold on. Also, her name's
And now it's
Ashley,
the the
so
name of it. Yeah, Ashley Winstead.
I mean, we
She
like
just
her
released
already.
Midnight is the Darkest Hour, so a lot of her most recent posts are about that. Um,
Oh, is it the Fool Me Once? Is that the one you got?
yes, that sounds
Okay.
correct. She also wrote The Last Housewife, which
She
I like.
also wrote The Boyfriend Candidate.
That sounds familiar. Does it have? Is it like really red, white, and blue?
Yeah, yeah. Is that?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm reading it and it's cracking me up. As a shy school librarian, Alexis Stone is comfortable keeping out of the spotlight, but when she's dumped for being too meek in bed, she decides she needs to change. And what better way to kickstart her new, more adventurous life than her first one night stand? I can only imagine
Uh,
what happens.
yeah. Well, Ashley Winstead is later in the month, so you next week
Hmm.
we have House of Hollows, which has been on my list also for a long time.
That one's been on my list for a long time. I found that book, I believe, on TikTok. Someone commented or
I
someone
think it was on TikTok. Yeah.
it just looked
Plus, the
so
cover is really
beautiful.
pretty.
That's what got me was the cover.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Easy sell. Easy
Yeah,
sell.
it's really
But
easy.
yeah. So you should follow us also by clicking the link in our Instagram to our Goodreads. You can see
Mhm.
what else is on our shelves because,
Yes.
oh boy,
Oh
it's a
boy.
lot. Oh boy.
I don't even have all of the book. Like I have books that I downloaded on my Kindle that I don't have on my Goodreads.
Oh, yeah. You'll have to figure out how you want to track those if you actually do want to put it on your Goodreads or not.
I put them on my Goodreads when I'm reading them.
Mm, yeah, and then when we organize it next week, we'll have to make sure all your physical books are up to date on your Goodreads.
Yes. Yeah, like I that blue Hawaiian book that I just read, that one
Oh,
was
yeah, that one
a
looks cute.
Kindle one. That one was actually really good. Like I said, I gave it a 4 out of 5. Um I just felt like some of the characters were a little too like I don't want to say needy, but I was like,
Mm.
meh. The one sister that was getting married was driving me absolutely up the
Oh,
wall. Um, but it was pretty good. It was about these two families would go vacationing in at this like lake, and so they had the lake houses like side by side each other, and they'd
oh,
only
okay.
hang out for like 2 weeks in the summer.
Mm.
And the one family is like super wealthy, and then the other family is not wealthy at all. She just works for the guy that owns the beach or the lake house.
Oh, yeah.
And
Okay.
so the families get together. Well, the one son from the one family and then the daughter of the other family are getting married. And so on the daughter's side, the sister is that's what the book is about, Jess. And Jess has a huge crush on Connor, who is the groom's cousin, same family.
Mm.
And she at 18, they like hooked up. She confessed her love for him and he was like, "You're going off to college. Like I don't want to have a
Mm.
relationship," and like kind of just like they ended things. 5 years later now, the Jess's sister and the other cousin are getting married in Hawaii, and so they're all flying in, and so then she sees Connor again after 5 years, and so it's kind of like that thing. So it's kind of spicy. It was kind of spicy, but yeah, some of the families were like, especially the bride, was driving me up the wall. I didn't like her very much.
Well, at least it wasn't enough to kill the whole book.
No, because the book was mainly about Jess and Connor, and so that helped. But yeah, that was one of the books that I got for Stuff Your Kindle Day, so it was pretty cute. I enjoyed it.
That's fun.
Yeah. I actually finally read a book that was not part of our podcast. I was proud of myself.
You've really stuffed your Kindle.
I really did. I got like 12 books that day, so
nice.
I have to go through them all. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll have time. She said. With
someday.
Like 50% hope.
Someday.
Preferably before we're dead. Well, we'll
Hopefully. We'll see. More books they just keep coming.
Oh God. People are telling me they're TBR, and it's like, I have 30 books, and it's like, I wish.
I know, I was talking to my coworkers today, and I was like, it's been really hard, like, moving books over. And my one coworker was like, well, how many do you have? And I was like, over 500. And she was like, are you insane? And I was like, no.
Books are heavy.
Yeah, it's been rough fitting them all in bags to move them. TJ Maxx totes are coming in clutch, though.
Yeah, it'll be over soon.
I know. I'm almost there. I'm getting close.
Yeah. Maybe.
Well, close to have them all. Yeah, I know. Like I said,
I'm swapping this book around. That Target sticker price on it still. Ugh. Even.
I have so many books that have stickers on them. It's nuts.
I'm showing up with just Goo Gone and a little scraper.
Yeah, Mel's coming over to my new house on Monday to get rid of all my stickers, help me organize, and then we're gonna go out and probably buy more books.
Rampage. I should put on gel nail polish or an acrylic just on my thumb, just so I don't break my nail when I start scratching up this.
That's probably gonna be smart. Yeah, I had them like all lined up because I wanted alphabetical, and so I had them like all laid out on the floor to like put them in alphabetical on the floor.
Damn. How would I do that with my romances?
I want to do that with all. I want to like do that with my romance, and then with my mystery thrillers, and then with my. I don't have very many.
Some Dewey Decimal System going up on there.
Yeah, well, trying. It was hard when I'd get a stack and then I'd be like, oh crap. Okay, do you know how many times I said the alphabet in my head? You would think that I didn't know it.
Maybe we should just play the song on Spotify on repeat.
I was like looking at books. I was like, okay, T, okay, I goes before T, and then I was like, okay, wait, hold on, R, wait a minute. And I'm like, oh my God, this is ridiculous.
Maybe we should just write out the alphabet on a piece of paper.
That'd probably help my brain,
that
honestly.
Would probably make our brain hurt a little less.
I think so.
That's where we are.
Oh,
well,
gosh.
Thanks for listening, you guys. Like and follow wherever you're listening to this podcast.
I've got
all I got. My brain can't process anymore.
Yeah, you know where to find us on Instagram, Goodreads.
That sounded a little scary.
Well, someday TikTok.
Oh dear God.
We'll get there eventually. Summertime will be easier because we can go out and about.
I know, my grass is all wet and I can't put anything down.
I know. No, we can wait till summer.
Yeah.
It'll be better. There'll be more things.
More things.
Yeah.
We'll try our damnedest.
Nah, we'll get there eventually. We're not perfect. We never said we were, so you know.
Dear God, I hope that's not why you're here.
Yeah,
You didn't make it this long if
you
that's
are
what you were
not
expecting.
you are not gonna find it here. Alrighty, well,
Bye, guys.
bye guys.